Hello student and welcome to the Graphics Technology course. My name is Mr. Wheeler and I will be your instructor. This is the first video in a series of instructional videos that are meant to be tools to help you as you progress through this course. You can refer back to them at any time, so that way you can work at your own pace. Of course, if you ever have a question, feel free to raise your hand and I'll be happy to help you in person. Throughout this course, we will be using a program called Microsoft Publisher. It is made by Microsoft, which makes a series of other programs you've heard of possibly called Word, Excel, and PowerPoint. They also make Access, and in our case, Microsoft Publisher 2016. We are going to use this program to make different documents such as flyers, business cards, and brochures. In order to get started, you simply move your mouse on top of the publisher icon and then just double click twice with your left mouse button. Once we open up Publisher, we'll see on the left hand side is going to be your recent publications. So if you were in class earlier and working on a design and then you closed it down, it would appear here in this list for the next time when you open it. If it doesn't appear in this list, you simply click on Open Publications and then you would open it from your thumb drive instead. On the right hand side, you'll see a series of different document types and document sizes. If you grab the scroll bar on the right, you'll notice that there's a big long list of different options. Different projects will tell you to start off with a flyer or a brochure template, so you would just simply come to where it says flyers and click on this template section, or brochures or business cards, for example. In this case, we're just going to start off with a blank 8.5 by 11 so we can see how the program works. You just click on that and you'll notice we open up to a screen where we see our 8.5 by 11 document, which is identified by this gray border. That is the edge of our sheet of paper. You'll also notice in the middle of the page is a blue border. This blue border is called a guide. It shows us our margins for the page, so that way when we create our design, everything looks nice and even, and it also doesn't have the risk of cutting off on the page when we go to print it. This blue line will not print, it is just simply for a guide. So we want to keep everything inside of these blue lines when we create our designs. Along the top are all of the tools you'll need to create your different designs. Every Microsoft program is designed with this same format, having the menu options along the top. So you'll notice that there's the Home tab, the Insert tab, the Page Design tab, Mailings tab, Review tab, and View tab. If the book tells you to go to the Insert tab, you just simply click on Insert, and then they would tell you to look for the section of tools, perhaps called the Illustrations tools, or the Building Blocks tools, or the Text tools. You'll see the tools are divided by these gray lines, so everything within these gray lines belongs to the Text tools. Similarly, on the Home tab, you'll have this section called the Clipboard tools, this section is the Font tools, the Paragraph tools, and so forth. In some of these sections, you'll see a little tiny arrow, which if you click on that will open up additional options. Same thing here under Building Blocks. When we click on this, you'll see additional options pull up. On the left-hand side is the thumbnail for our pages. We're not going to design over here on the left-hand side. This is simply to allow us to choose which page we want to work on quickly. So if we had multiple pages in the document, we could just simply click on page 2 and it will take us to page 2 right away. You'll notice what page you're on by looking in the lower left-hand corner and it says page 2 of 4, and it's also highlighted with a green border. If I click on page 4, you'll notice it now says page 4 of 4 and page 4 is highlighted. So to go back to page 1, I just simply click on page 1. That is the beginning